You're live. Hello, everybody. How everybody doing? Um, I want to first off thank everybody for jumping on. Give them a minute to jump on, so y'all go ahead and jump in as soon as you can. I want to move real quick today, due to the fact that I have a lot that I want to cover. So, and I'm also live on YouTube. Um, Our Chance TV. Basically, that's what it's called. How you doing, Rita? Um, Appreciate you. How you doing, Miss Walker? How you doing, Sabrina? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for just showing up or whatever. Today is basically Talk Tuesday with Travis or Mr. T, whatever you know me as. Um, I'm gonna be talking about common sense. So it's gonna be an interesting conversation. Basically, we're gonna talk about common sense today and how common sense isn't really common sense due to the fact that what we're facing with today. So I'm gonna give everybody a minute to jump on for a second. Um, as they come in, basically, Rita has been a really awesome person. I mean, I met Rita probably about over 5 6 years ago. When I really first got started in the organization, she was really awesome when it came down to like the performers she had. Like she had clientele with so many different performers, gospel artists, and I mean it was an awesome turnout. Like I mean it blew my mind because from me having like 4 or 5 different artists, she brought so many from all different places and worlds to when I used. Um, what's up, Wade? And she's just really a great person. Gibbs, man, listen, Gibbs, I've been trying to reach you. I've been coming to your school 3 or 4 times now, and we're gonna have to chat about that. But it's cool. And I know I got your personal number, but I wanted to talk to you face to face. But yeah, Rita, you've been awesome ever since I met you, and I just want to thank you for just supporting everything that I do. Today we're gonna be talking about common sense and how common sense isn't common. I like to be real quick and get it done. Ms. Walker, how you doing? She's like a mother to me. Basically, she taught me a lot when I was young in the game, trying to just figure out where I wanted to go in life. She really basically took me in and showed me what it really is, for somebody to really. I want to very much, and thank you for supporting everything I do. Gibbs, I also want to thank you, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you about Gibbs, man. Like you want somebody that's gonna be honest with you and tell you straight up what it is and don't hold nothing. Like that's the man. That's the man. And I mean, people like that have always made me strong. You know what I mean? Because my thing is, I'm glad that he tells me things and not in a evil way, but he just say it like it is, and it's not like he wants me to do better, and he expect best better. He expect that from me, and I appreciate that. And I like when people like that to continue to push me to my greatness because it's those people like that won't lead you down the wrong path. They will always support you. And Gibbs, man, I just want to thank you like just for being um, a great principal to Henry Reeves. I mean, also being a great person. Period. I mean, thank you for supporting one of our programs, Positive Imprint. I mean, listen, you are awesome. I mean, and you're a blessing to a lot of people. And I hope one day you be recognized for that and everything that you do. And there's many other people on here that I can go into, but I wanna go and really just get into this common sense thing. I'm also on YouTube, Our Chance TV Live as well. And excuse the lighting and everything. Today's is one of those days. So every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, I decide to get on and just give people just little nuggets that will basically help them throughout the week because typically our kids, and that's one thing that I really focus on, but I realize that even our parents and our adults need the same information, the same knowledge that's needed, for people in general. But common sense. So I researched the word common sense. You know what I mean? Just to not just get my definition, but also go to the dictionary and see what it says. And it says good sense, a good sound judgment, and basically that like that basically that's what it is really like a sound judgment. And a lot of us don't really have common sense, and it's sad because I look at a lot of different people and we talk about common sense. Like a lot of people don't understand that if you treat somebody some way, it's gonna come back to you. Like you have to treat people like you want to be treated. That's common sense. But a lot of people don't understand that. Um, it's common sense that if you love somebody or if you want love, you have to first give love. You know what I mean? Like that's common sense. If you come out your mouth wrong, somebody else gonna come out their mouth wrong. That's common sense. Like there's a lot of different things that I can go into with. Yes, thanks, Phil. Miss, yeah. So I'm basically it's a lot of different things that people don't understand. Like, I mean, if you spend all your money today, tomorrow you're going to be broke. Like that's common sense. I mean, and what I'm realizing is there's a lot of kids, a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. I mean, they're going through so much stuff. Like I listen to these kids on a daily. Like they have to fight to stay positive and stay mindful of where they want to go in life. And to be honest with you, like let me tell you how spiritually this fight is being fought. Like we got right now, we're in a battle. We're losing our kids when it come down to they actually pursuing to want to be something. Our kids really don't have a sense of hope, and our parents are probably our parents are losing the hope as well. So I just really want people to understand, like, if somebody have no hope, common sense is they're not going to want to be nothing. They're not going to want to do nothing. They're just going through the motions and going into survival mode. And when somebody in a survival mode, that's a very scary position to be in. And if y'all have questions about anything, like just throw them out there and we can go into it. I have a great audience of people that have common sense that I love to be around because they really understand the importance of having common sense. And so basically what I was saying was that a lot of kids are going through a lot. Like I deal with so much on a daily basis. And even myself, like I get attacked daily, but I got to understand that I have to be strong, not just for myself, but I got to be strong for those kids that just need somebody to fight for. And this is why I'm trying to do what I'm doing now. Like when it comes down to common sense, like I see a lot of parents, and it's crazy to me because I see parents not become successful and just barely making it and teach their kids the same habits. And they wonder why like they're still in the struggle zone and why their kids in the struggle zone because they only teach their kids what they know. And then it's like a sabotage sometimes because when a kid do decide want to do better, what's up, Christina? That's my sister. And once a child want to do better, it's like the parents is like that's like foreign language to them, and it's like no, I don't want my child to do that. And I mean, I need everybody to get to a point where common sense needs to not just be what's the word for it? I need common sense to not just be a special thing. Um, I'm sorry, I'm going into something because I'm you know I never know exactly where I go with this, but when the common sense came to me, it was like I don't know what you want, but I'm gonna go into it. Now, I told myself that for you to be able to know what love is, you got to spend time with it, right? How you doing, sir? Man, listen, I appreciate y'all jumping on today. I mean, I guess consistency always works, right? But yeah, common sense. If you don't have This is just common sense. This is just stuff. And one thing that I do in my program is I teach common sense. Everybody's like, and when the kids say, "How do you teach common sense?" I'm like, "That's the reason why you don't. You are the ones that why I have to be here to teach common sense because literally people don't know what common sense is. People think that common sense it's a common thing, but it isn't. You be assuming, and that's another thing. I'm gonna get into assuming. Please, somebody remind me to go into the assuming aspect of what common sense is. But common sense tells me that if you don't have pride in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, the chances of you being successful at anything is a really low chance. Common sense tells me if you don't have a sense of purpose, if you don't understand what that is, like you won't have a drive to do what you need to do. Like it's like, but what are you talking about? Like common sense is that you need to believe in yourself. The common sense aspect, the common sense is you don't get your confidence from other people. You get your confidence from you. It's called self-esteem for a reason because yet you get motivated by people on the outside, but technically the confidence level of common sense is that I got to believe in myself. I got to believe in my abilities. I have to believe in my skills. I have to believe in what I'm doing. And yes, Rita, it's correct. We need a sense of purpose. See, I've learned one thing. Everybody that's done something great, everybody that have made a move in this world, in their life, in their family's life, had a purpose. They believed in their purpose so much that they looked to the normal people, they looked crazy. And that's what I realized too, is that having common sense now has become a crazy thing. Like people that have common sense are labeled crazy because they're so passionate in what they believe in and they know what they know. And it's like people can't believe in the realness of something that may be is able to happen. I know it sounds crazy, right? But let me back it up a little bit. It gets to a point where the impossible can be possible. You know what I mean? It's like your belief. Like what you believe is the truth. I always teach kids that all the time. Like you have to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your purpose. Because you have to believe that what people say that's impossible is possible. The only people that believe that it's impossible is people that's average thinkers, average people, normal people. And so many people are making being normal a cool thing to be. I teach my kids to not to be normal. It is a blessing to stand out. It is an honor to find out who you are and stand on your own 2 feet and do what you have to do that makes you who you are. Everybody wants to follow trends and everybody wants to follow other people and lose their identity and lose their purpose and lose their pride because my God. It's so crazy because people don't really understand something. And this just came to me. We talk about the mental illness. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate it. Mental illness is going rapid in our communities and in our world. Like the mental illness is going rapid because people have lost their identities and don't even understand that they have a sense of identity. They don't know what that identity is. What is that? That sounds like a foreign language. That's why we talk about common sense right now. Common sense would tell you that you are an individual that's placed on this earth with a purpose. And how you find your purpose, you must find who you are. You must love yourself. You must build yourself up to understand that when you find your purpose, there are going to be people that's going to hate you. There's going to be people that's going to be assigned to take you down. There are going to be people that sit here and tell you that you ain't what you say you are. And this is the reason why it is so hard for people to actually want to be something, because they know how hard it is to actually know what your purpose is and stand on your own 2 feet. What's up, Marcus? What's going on, man? What's going on? I see y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. But my thing was, I'm talking about common sense, and y'all are welcome to join me in this conversation. And I mean, I would put you on. It's like whenever you want to jump on, please let me know. But I'm talking about common sense right now, and I'm talking about how it's common sense. It's not common sense that people have an identity and people have a sense of purpose, and people feel like being normal and being average is the only way to be. It's like you're following everybody else. You're following the trends. You're following everybody to be accepted and to being average instead of actually standing out to be who you need to be. This is the problem that we're facing right now. Like, people want to know what the problem is and why our kids are not excelling, and why the balance in our communities are going higher. Mental illness is a huge thing. And people think, okay, they were born with mental illness. No, we learned some of this stuff. Some people are so messed up in the head when it comes down to their identity and who they are and who they can be, because they've been told since they was a child that they can't be this or they can't be that, or you're never going to be anything in life, and you're going to be just like your mama, or you're going to be just like your daddy, and they're believing this stuff at an early age. How do you tell a child to have hope when they've been fed all their life that they don't have? Like they're not going to be anything. It's hard for a child to want to read and write and do math and all these other subjects when they don't believe that they can do it in the first place. Common sense is what I teach. Common sense is what I go through on a daily basis when letting these kids know that yes, you can be. Yes, you have the opportunity to actually be whoever God calls you to be. But the problem that we're having right now, yes, lack of hope. Rita, you was on point. Listen, you got co-host. If you want to jump on, I told you, you're welcome to. But it's just like it's hard when you see a child cry all the time and they don't see any change. And so what I'm teaching kids right now, like, and I mean some adults even picking up on it, is that it starts with you. Common sense states that you can't change other people. You can only change yourself. That's common sense. But what happened is, with people in this mindset of mental illness or whatever it is, they want to change everybody else but never change themselves. It's impossible. You have to start with you. It has to start with you. And then once you start with you, it's loving yourself. Now that's why I want to go into this common sense thing, because common sense ain't common. And the funny part is that I did some homework, so I just wanted to make sure that we all on the same page. Now, I looked at this thing. It was really interesting. You know, I say common sense, right? So sense, let's just go and break the word down. Sense is basically our ears, how we hear, what we see, what we taste, what we smell, and what we touch. These are our senses. Yes, these are our senses. Now, typically, we have 5 senses that help us to make a clear decision on if this beneficial to me or not. Now, most of the time, we don't use all five senses to actually make a judgment, and that's the problem that we're having. When somebody tells you something, you need to be able to listen to what they're telling you. And then also, not even just listen to it, watch it with your eyes. Smell it, taste it, touch it, whatever you got to do to make sure that you're making the right decision on what you're doing. And I mean, my thing is that I've learned, and this is just me just really like, just letting y'all know, like, y'all be thinking our kids got common sense. Like, you be thinking the kids, like, I have two boys right now, and I'm trying to make sure that they know what common sense is. Common sense, son. Like, I mean, honestly, like, just teaching them, because you be thinking, like, they know. They don't. They don't know. And they can be some smart kids. I see smart kids don't have common sense. And you wonder why when they actually become adults, that they can't function for themselves and they can't do certain things. Listen, what's up, Hamilton, man? And that's one of my site directors right there, man. But yeah, but I want people to understand, like, if we don't have common sense, if we just don't start thinking, like, if you see something going on, like, common sense would say, hey, I need to figure this out. Like, not just like thinking that, oh, somebody else is going to do it. Common sense is like, it's common that you need to say something. I'm just being simple right now. Like, honestly, everybody wants to blame a lot of different things on a lot of different people when it comes down to mental illness. Listen, I've seen smart people do crazy things. And it's not because they don't know no better. They just don't have common sense. And I guess that means they don't know no better, right? And I mean, I had a conversation. I'm gonna finish it with this. This is so crazy. Two of my kids, we was having a conversation, and they were telling me about the relationship that they have with their fathers. And this is another big issue that we're having with our families and our community are being broken. Like, they're broken in our communities, and having broken kids, and we trying to fix that. We need to fix that. Like, we need to get to a point where we need to come together as a family. And sometimes, yeah, your mom and dad may not be the family that you wish for, but at the end of the day, like, you need to make sure you have somebody in your life that's going to support you and take you where you need to go. Because typically, with my common sense, simple as this: pride, number one. And I say this all the time on Tuesdays so everybody can get it. Number one, having pride in yourself, right? Common sense. If you don't believe in yourself, don't look for nobody else to believe in you, right? Common sense, right? If you want to do something great, you gotta believe in yourself. Number two, have a sense of purpose. Now, how do you find your purpose? First off, you gotta believe in yourself first, and then when you start loving yourself and start taking care of yourself, that purpose that you have is gonna actually come your way. And I have a whole process on really like finding your purpose as well. Number three is family. Your family can be biologically, or they can be spiritually, or whatever you want to have, but having a family to support you and where you need to go and what you're trying to do is a huge. And the last one that I want to get into is leadership. Now, the reason why I'm covering these four, because I really truly believe in these four core values, and leadership is the major key. Make sure that when you are setting yourself up to be successful, make sure that you have a leadership team around you that leads you and guides you. My thing is that sometimes you may not know that leader, but that leader may be on TV and you maybe read up on that person or whatever the situation is, and whoever you consider to be in your leadership group, make sure that you have that type of team. And then once you have that team, then you have a better chance of being successful. A lot of us don't realize that it's common sense that if you don't start getting yourself together right now, you have a slight chance of not being successful. There's kids At 8, 7 years old, parents are feeding hope into them, giving them the opportunities, the tools, the resources at 7, 8 years old. Matter of fact, even younger than that, and teaching these kids about entrepreneurship and how to make money and how to be successful. And you want to wait until your child turns 13, 14 years old, you about almost late. And this is why I believe the earlier you teach a child about entrepreneurship and how and the core values and teaching them what they need to know at an early age and preparing them and getting them the tools and all, the sooner you do that, the better your child will actually be. A lot of us want to protect our kids from things that is going to eventually happen. But listen, you rather prepare your child than to protect your child. Like, let's say, well, I'm not sound weird, but let me say this: things are gonna happen. Oh, it's freezing. Oh my God. Okay. Let me know when it's not freezing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is it still freezing? Let me see something. Give me a second, y'all. Cause I gotta. It's freezing. Let me see what's going on here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. It's freezing right now, y'all. I'm sorry. I think also I got this on our chance TV as well. I'm trying to see why is it freezing like this right now. Okay, it stopped. Okay. All right. So basically, I just want to thank you. I appreciate it. Um, Let me make sure that I'm good because I don't want to All right. So typically, I just wanted to just go into and this is the thing that I'm faced with right now. Like, I want everybody to understand something. Like, for me to do these two Tuesday talks, it's a challenge because people don't want to hear truth. They don't want to hear like common sense stuff. People like to stay. I don't want to use the word dumb, but they want to stay not knowing. They want to stay average. Let's just be nice. They want to stay average, and when you're average, you basically you can say you didn't know or you don't know, and you can play dumb as best as you can because being average gives you an alibi that don't give you responsibilities. Like, a lot of people don't want responsibilities or all the whole 9 yards, and I learned that it takes a certain person to also, I mean, have common sense, number one, but to also know that they're on this earth for a reason. And I mean, yeah, you may be labeled crazy. You may be labeled like out of your mind. But when God bless you, He's gonna bless you for everything that people didn't see. He's gonna bless you for all the things that you had to go through. And I mean, you think about how Jesus even came on this earth and people didn't believe him and the whole not like listen, Jesus had to believe in himself. He knew that when he came on this earth, he had a purpose. He did also went around and picked 12 disciples as his family and taught them and loved them, and they loved him back. But the major key of it was the major key of that whole thing was his leadership, who he considered, and why he did what he did. Who was his leadership? Who was his mentors or his mentee or mentor? Who was his mentor? And a lot of us don't realize having those core values is having common sense. Not having common sense, not having core values, let's put it that way. And I'm almost out of here. Not having not having core values would mess you up when it comes down to you actually want to be successful. So I just want to say this for those people that's still there and that may read this, share this to people. I mean, knowledge is key. I believe in that. I believe in just giving people whatever information that I have received to put me where I am. And I'm here. Like I love to share. I love to give. I'm that type of person. But I also want to get to a point where people not just say that they got common sense, but they actually act in common sense. They do what they do in common sense. And with that being said, like, take a moment and ask yourself this question. For everybody that's in my audience, for the people that support me, you can go to Our Chance TV on YouTube and you can check me out there. Also, just for the people that didn't know that I have organization that's about to be 9 years. February 24th will be the ninth year of me doing Our Chance Enterprise. If you would like to know about that organization, you can go to www.ourchanceenterprise.org. Also, with that, Our Chance also have two major programs. Positive Imprint. You can go to that website at www.pination.org. And our OCE Kids is that's the third program that we also go into, and it's www.ocekids.org. Now, this is major key before I ask you this question and before I get off. Our Chance is focused on building the whole family, bridging the gap. And if you look at my logo and you'll see everything that needs to be done, you'll see it's about building wholeness in our people. Wholeness. PI Nation is to build the core values in the education and empowerment that these kids need to actually like go through and be successful. And OCE Kids is the exposing piece. Basically exposing kids to positivity, things that's right across the street that we don't know nothing about, that gives them a sense of motivation to not just see the bad but also see the good, because those are the things that actually help me in my life, where I found people that love me and they didn't even know me, and that was a game changer for myself. And so I want to just take this opportunity to you all ask this question to yourself. What do you stand for? Now that's a huge question. And ask people when you do that. Ask people as well. Like when you find your answer about what do you stand for, ask the people that's around you, what do you stand for? Ask your kids, what do they stand for? And I promise you, that is a starting conversation to building their level of understanding. A great man once said, if you don't stand for something, y'all know the rest. You'll fall for anything. So y'all have a great Tuesday. I hope that you all stay calm and cool and warm. and I'm basically in Miami doing what I do. And every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, trying to be I'm trying to be consistent as possible. And I like dialogue, so if you are interested into sharing and talking as well, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, you're welcome to join me. So you all have a great night and sleep tight.